This is All India Radio. In the program Spotlight, now we bring you a discussion on National Youth Conclave 2023, bringing together young minds to deliberate on the Urban 20 and Youth 20 priority areas. The participants are Dr. Ranjit Mehta, Economic Analyst, and S. Rangabasham, AIR Correspondent.
India's biggest youth summit, the National Youth Conclave, is being organized by the Smart Cities Mission of Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, Department of Youth Affairs and the National Institute of Urban Affairs. The event is organized under the aegis of India's G20 presidency in the year 2023 and aligning with the Urban 20 and Youth 20 engagement groups. Both Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs and the Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports are coming together for this two-day conclave, which is being held today and tomorrow, that is 13th and 14th of March 2023 at Vigyan Bhavan in New Delhi. It will bring together young minds to deliberate on the U20 and Y20 priority areas and foster bright leaders of tomorrow. To discuss this issue, we have with us Dr. Ranjit Mehta. What would you say, what all can we expect as takeaways from the National Youth Conclave, where the focus is more on the Urban 20 and the Youth 20 priority areas?
Before that, I would just give a perspective that how youth can be a change agent in any country. If you look at the history, we have seen that whenever a revolution came in the world, it has came through the youth power. And youth is the future of any nation, and their role in development of a country is of paramount importance. As the nations are built on their youth, and their dedication, hard work are the key factors that drive the progress and development. Therefore, this summit is extremely important because youth of any nation should be educated and they should be politically aware and socially responsible and also environmentally conscious. As you have already said that under India's G20 presidency, U20 and Y20 groups have been formed, and these two-day conclave is focusing on the major challenges that the world is facing today in terms of climate change, in terms of the energy security, in terms of using the clean energy, and also how our cities are going to develop in future. As far as India is concerned, ever since the government of Prime Minister Modi has come into power, we have seen that there has been a great focus on programs for the youth such as Skill India Mission, Startup India, Digital India, which aims to provide digital infrastructure to the country and make the youth of India tech savvy. And then Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana, then Pradhan Mantri Yuva Yojana, Make in India, and Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, and National Apprenticeship Promotion Scheme, which provides apprenticeship opportunities to the youth of India and help them gain industry relevant skills. So this is again a focus where the youth of India can exchange the ideas with the youth of the G20 nations. It's a great opportunity to learn for other countries, to learn from Indian youth, and Indian youth can learn the experience from the experiences and from the discussions that they have with the G20 countries. So this particular youth conclave is extremely important as far as India is concerned.
Dr. Mehta, many a times people compare our country with Western countries or European countries where, we see the public places, whether they are the streets, markets, bus stations, train stations, they are spick and span and very clean and neat. Although, even in our country, we have started the Swachh Bharat campaign. One of the priority areas in U20 is encouraging environmentally responsible behavior. And we are talking about urban living and the standard of living. Don't you think youth and young people of this country can show the way ahead as far as cleanliness is concerned and the physical spaces which are available in the public domain? They are spick and span and comparable with any European country or any Western country for that matter.
Definitely, I think we have made a great start with the Swachh Bharat mission that was launched by Prime Minister Modi many years ago. So this has got up the momentum, and we have seen that how youth had adopted the Swachh Bharat mission and they have started contributing towards the cleanliness of our country. However, there is still to be done, still to be learned. I think that the most important thing is this, that today there is an attempt to bring youth in nation building. Today there is an effort that the youth, their energy is being channelized in the right direction. The greatest or one of the biggest challenges the world is facing today is climate change. Climate change is a problem which cannot be solved by one nation or one individual. This is a problem which can be handled collectively, and without the participation of a youth, problems like climate change cannot be solved at all. The biggest focus as it is the agenda of U20 or Y20 or even G20 is handling the climate change and how everyone who is in this planet can contribute towards climate mitigation. One of the very important missions which Honorable Prime Minister of India, Mr. Narendra Modi launched is LIFE, that is Lifestyle for Environment. How you can contribute towards climate mitigation by adopting healthy lifestyle, a lifestyle which promotes the sensible use of natural resources. After all, the natural resources are limited. So therefore, whatever natural resources that we have, so they need to be used sensibly. That's what LIFE mission focuses on. Second problem is water security. How we can galvanize the support from youth towards creating the water security, towards creating how to use water in a more responsible manner, and how to make the youth aware of recycling, reuse, and water harvesting, all these things. And third is, when today we see around 33% of India lives in cities, and we have seen that by 2047, when India attains 100 years of independence, by that time, around 53% of our population is expected to be living in cities. Therefore, the cities of tomorrow or cities of today, they need to be sustainable in nature. So it is very important to sensitize youth and also to take the advantage of the youth energy to achieve this goal of sustainable development. This sustainable development cannot be achieved without the active participation of our youth. And this is a great opportunity. This is a great step the government has taken, that youth should be involved in every policy making process the government is coming out with. So therefore, it is very important that these kind of programs only highlight the importance of living sensibly, and also how every youth can contribute towards climate mitigation, the problem like water security, energy security, or how we create the livable cities of tomorrow.
Dr. Mehta, as you said, in the next couple of years, more than 50% of our population would be living in urban areas and cities. You also spoke about the need for ensuring water security. Here, don't you think the young people, youth of the nation has to play a very important role in bringing about a behavioral change in conserving water, which is one of the most precious natural resources, whether it is to bring about a behavioral change so that young people, the youth of the country can bring about, isn't it?
This is very important that first of all, to bring that change, this message to be given straight to the youth that why they need to adopt the responsible behavior. Because today we have seen that there has been an effort to convey to the youth that water is a scarce resource which we need to use responsibly in our daily behavior. As you rightly said, right from getting up in the morning, using the toothbrush, or by the time we go to the bed, if a person, we take the example of our country, we have around 140 crore people. If one person saves 1 liter of water per day, then we save 140 crore liter of water every day. So therefore, if we think in those terms and we make the people aware that the earth has resources, but all these natural resources are limited. So therefore, we need to use them responsibly. And water security is one of the major challenges that we are already seeing in summertime. What happens, how people, they struggle for water. I think that it is very important to make the youth understand from this age only, right from the age of 5, 6 years itself, that how they can use the water responsibly, so that when they grow up, they know they have to save it and it is limited. And also, if you look at other important issues to be discussed in this Y20, number one is like to encourage innovation and entrepreneurship among youth and foster an innovation-driven economy. So this is a great priority for us also. The way the world is changing today, how we can drive an economy with the innovation. This we have seen, especially after COVID, that how Indian youth has made the difference, and the kind of ecosystem that has been created in our country through Startup India, that we have seen that this is a result of channelizing the positive energy of the youth, that how they can contribute towards the country. I think these are the great platforms where all these things are being discussed, and this is a great opportunity for our youth to learn from the youth of other countries as well.
Dr. Mehta, I want to discuss with you this bigger issue of G20 as well. We are some 3 months into the presidency since 1st of December, India holding the presidency of G20. By this time, we are able to kind of feel the pulse of the nation, and there are, targeted groups, whether it is business, we call it B20, W20 focused on women, Y20 focused on young people, U20 on urban areas, school-going children, college-going children. They all seem to be, every person in every walk of life seem to be involved directly or indirectly in this mission of G20 and contributing in his own way. Don't you think this is a wonderful way of, having an inclusive planning and way ahead for the G20?
There are more than around 350 programs under the G20 presidency of India, and the programs are being organized in tier 2 cities and also in many other districts also. They have gone to that level, and this has created a huge impact on people. As you rightly said, that there's a W20. I'm quite excited about the new engagement group which India has started during this G20, that is Startup 20. Because India in its presidency has started a new group called Startup 20. So Startup 20 group is all about the youth. We have seen that the way the startup ecosystem has been developed in our country in last 5 years, it's tremendous and it's a great opportunity for our youth. The history shows us that it is the youth who has been responsible for bringing revolution in any country or in the world. Wherever we have seen the revolution, it is only the youth. So therefore, this is the time when India has an opportunity to take the benefit of demographic dividend, and this is the time that these kind of programs like U20 or Y20 engagement groups, where you can engage the youth in nation building, they are going to make a big difference, and this youth is going to be the responsible citizen of tomorrow. They are going to be the responsible leaders of tomorrow. We need to engage our youth in political journey as well, so that they can create a great nation. And these are the platform where the youth are interacting not only with their peers, but also with other business leaders. I think this is a great opportunity to learn. This is a great way to engage the youth in the progress of the nation. And this is the way we take the youth energy to the right direction.
Dr. Mehta, let's hope that this 2-day National Youth Conclave comes up with concrete and tangible workable ideas as far as the priority areas are concerned and fosters in bright leaders of tomorrow. Dr. Ranjit Mehta, thank you so much for joining us in this discussion.
Thank you.
You were listening to a discussion on National Youth Conclave 2023, bringing together young minds to deliberate on the Urban 20 and Youth 20 priority areas. The participants were Dr. Ranjit Mehta, Economic Analyst, and S. Rangabashyam, AIR Correspondent. This program was produced and presented by the News Services Division of All India Radio. You can listen to it on our mobile app News on AIR. This program is also available on our YouTube channel News on AIR Official. You may email your opinion about this program at airnsdtalks@gmail.com.